Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I've been doing so many readings and I wasn't going to do another reading, but I had this pressing message that I wanted to share, and so I felt like I needed to do a reading. Lola's on camera, obviously, with me. She's got a little tutu on today. Show off your tutu, honey. She's not. She's getting squirmy because I've already been holding her for... Show off your tutu, baby. And I'm wearing these earrings that are probably the worst decision for her. So I don't know how long she'll be here. Lola bears. Look, you're on camera, honey. You're being camera shy? All right, well, let's see how long she lasts. So the message that I was getting, I was walking through my neighborhood and just this like really strong this really strong message about, you know, the feminines and even the masculines, but the feminines, I think, more so being on this journey here because we're supposed to be breaking ancestral patterns. And this is really heavy duty work because it doesn't matter, I think, what your age is right now in this age of Aquarius or whatever era we're in, this era of like more consciousness. If you're living right now and you are on a spiritual journey or you're struggling with like certain things, okay, she's not having it. But you look so pretty in your tutu, honey. I'm gonna probably have to take her off. Say hi, little Lola bears. All right, so cute. Okay, well, if you are living right now and you're watching my channel, you're most likely here because you're supposed to be breaking ancestral patterns. And so this looks like doing a lot of things differently than, it's almost like I was just getting the message that your parents chose to incarnate on earth to birth you, to do this heavy duty work of giving birth to these light workers, to all of us who are changing the world. And it's almost like they sacrificed themselves to be our parents, whatever contract that looks like. Maybe you guys don't feel like you had good parents or whatever, but they created this path for you so you could be the one to raise a consciousness. So we're breaking these ancestral patterns, and it's really heavy duty work. And so let me put her down because she's not happy right now. I'm going to take your tutu off too, honey, so you're more comfortable. She's like, Mom, why did you have to put this thing on me? It's so unnecessary. Okay. So, I wanted to tap in more to that energy of what's going on, but so this looks like a lot of doing the heavy lifting that our parents, our grandparents weren't able to do, okay? Now this is just kind of an unconventional reading for me. It is a twin flame reading, but it's just on the focus of both counterparts, okay? So let's tap in more to that, okay? I'm using the Muse Tarot, and I'm gonna use the Mystical Shaman Oracle. My anxiety lately has been so bad, and that's part of my illness, but I feel it's a collective energy going on. We've got the Empress. Yeah, the Empress is front and center. The Empress is being looked at to guide the way, but it's a lot on the Empress's shoulder right now. So you guys could be feeling like the weight of the world is on you, because it really is actually in what I'm talking about. And we've got to find ways for self-care to take care of ourselves. We have Empress and Temperance and Four of Pentacles. So there is something from the Divine Feminine's childhood. I'm just channeling this because I didn't get any messages about childhood. But because childhood, you know, the first, like, I did this energy healing, I guess it's affecting me now. But childhood, the first, like, 7 years especially, is when we still, as children, have remnants of the other world. We're still very fresh earthlings, and we're still... my dog is going to start going crazy now, so I might have to take her again. But at least she'll calm down when I hold her now, because she will have missed me for 5 seconds. we still have a remembrance of that spiritual world. And so that's why children are so like impressionable, because they're not quite like earthlings yet, okay? But there's something in our unconsciousness right now. We've got Four of Swords and Four of Pentacles. If we could take the time to meet with our inner child, even just for 10-15 minutes, there's something our inner children each individually are trying to tell us. It's the dreams we had as inner children, the things that made us happy, the things that made us feel balanced, the things that we brought into this world from this spiritual realm, the gifts that we were given. And that's what I feel we're being called to do. And I feel that the anxiety is happening because a lot of us have put those little dreams that were implanted in us, or that we had in us, to rest. As we've gotten older, we've forgotten who we are, and that is actually why we're here. And so we're being called to unravel these layers that we built as protection on earth, to really get into our gifts and who we are, and the freshness of like that rawness that we came into this world as, is the feeling I'm getting. And so the Four of Swords is all about taking that space to really get that clarity. And the reason why I'm getting this from the Four of Pentacles, it's like that part of you that you want to hold on to, that you are still holding on to, but that you've forgotten about, okay? So, but with the ancestral healing, you know, a lot of it looks like breaking codependency, breaking toxic patterns that our parents, our ancestors, our grandparents couldn't break. We are the like indigo children. We are the ones changing the path of our ancestry line, of the earth's ancestry line. But obviously that's a huge task to take on, okay? This is a healing deck. I can't remember what it's called. Answers within. Yeah, and this is a little child. That's what I'm saying. So the child within you actually has the answers. And when I was doing the Divine Masculine reading this morning, I kept hearing the word transform, and now I see it again. We have transform, reliable, and choice, okay? So what I'm getting to, and a lot of this is just being channeled through me, I'm really fresh out of this energy healing I had a couple of days ago, is we are like open portals right now to where things are coming to us, and we are being used to transform things. We are being relied on to shift the consciousness of this earth. And but we have a choice. We can keep going down the spiritual path and remain courageous on it, or we can close those doors, but we also close the doors to ourselves receiving gifts and to others receiving our gift, okay? So there's a reason why I heard that song last time, If I Could Change the World, because we are here to change the world. We have the answers within, and people are looking to us for the answers. If you guys feel like lately a lot of people are coming to you, it's getting overwhelming, that's what's happening, okay? Okay, so I wanted to use the Mystical Shaman Oracle. And I feel this deck will really give me the answers that I'm looking for in this reading. Stand still. This is that same Four of Swords energy, okay? We've got to find time today, or right now in this current time, to slow down and meditate and like stop the chatter of everything around us, because that's the only way we're going to get clarity. The ancient ones. That's what I'm saying, because the ancient ones are trying to communicate something to us. We're being vessels for transformation in the world right now. This is number 1 and 52. That's what I'm saying. And so let's see what it says for 1. If you guys are breaking like relationships like rapidly, if you're ending these cycles that are very painful, that it's almost like you're being forced to do the one thing you can't do, because that is like testing your strength as a leader in this world, okay? The Ancient Ones are the shamans of the old who defeated death and escaped from the tyranny of time. The Ancient Ones once walked the earth like us in flesh and bone. Now they reside in infamy and can counsel us after we say yes to our calling. They are available to help us attain our full realization. The Ancient Ones are inviting you to reach to the future to help birth a new destiny for the earth. Go ahead, find out who you are becoming 10,000 years from now. If you accept the invitation, great power and blessings will come your way and allow you to craft a new destiny for yourself. So it's not just about what earthly successes you want in this lifetime. You are an infinite soul. This is about what your soul is searching for in your very future lifetimes. The Ancient Ones beseech you to examine your attitudes and actions and be sure that they are of the highest integrity. Not forgiving an ancestor or yourself is keeping you from the freedom you seek. Remember, this is no longer your karma. You can break the chains that once bound you to the family drama and be free of your generational curses. This is what I'm saying. Forgive the ones you need to release. Honor your biological ancestors by lighting a candle to them tonight. This is my whole point of my reading, okay? And then stand still. And in order to really get the clarity on this message is we need to stand still right now. We need to stop the chatter of the 3D world. It's very loud. We're guided by it a lot when we don't realize it, okay? When things seem to stall or stagnate, or when you feel stuck, the symbol appears as a reminder that constant action isn't going to get you where you want to go. Perhaps it's time to gather more information or just wait until the universe makes the next move. No matter what, this moment is a beautiful gift orchestrated in your favor. Stand still invites you to turn within, breathe, and recognize this is the condition of the moment. It allows you the opportunity to bear witness to whatever's going on before the movement resumes. This is also an opportunity to abort a project, to exit before damage. So we are in Mercury retrograde, so we don't want to make any major life commitments, any major life decisions. Granted, I think I got my dog in Mercury retrograde, but maybe it was before that. But if we do make a decision, it doesn't mean that it's like fated to be bad. It just means that if we have the knowledge beforehand and we can do something about it, we are being encouraged to stand still, okay? Okay, I'm just going to tap in a little bit to the connection and see how that's influencing what each counterpart is going through currently. This is from the Tarot of Sexual Magic. I just like this deck because it has really like defined pictures. We've got Strength and Six of Swords. We can move forward. We can persevere. We can change the course of, destiny here with the Wheel of Fortune. I think some of you feel like you're wrestling a bull right now. There's strength here. You're fighting all your demons to try to move forward. There's Seven of Swords, and you don't feel, I was getting this in the reading today. The masculine doesn't feel supported. That's the message I keep getting. I got King of Pentacles, and then the same kind of lack of support energy. There's a Seven of Swords here. Okay, they feel like the world is like they're taking responsibility for the world. They feel downtrodden by their own deceptions here, the way they've turned the back on the feminine. But I feel like they're almost feeling like they're going to like explode with like emotions. Like with the Strength, it's like trying to keep this like bull down. It's like it's like taking every ounce of them to control this, okay? This is very interesting. A lot of intense energy from this. And we got the Lovers here. This is the masculine with two feminines. I feel their mind is like back and forth, back and forth. Who is it? What should I do? I have this connection with the feminine. I have this 3D relationship. Something's got to give, okay? That's the feeling I'm getting from them. Something's got to give. Now, it's very strange because I feel that, there's some feminines who are still like searching for a relationship on the 3D, thinking that's the answer. And the reality is that searching for anything to fulfill this void is not the answer. If you're still in that energy of, I need a romantic partner, it's like, you really need to look at like, what 3D what 3D stroking do you need? What 3D confirmation? What 3D validation? Do you really need a partner? Because it goes deeper than that. It's not just about needing a partner. It's about, this phone might ring again. It's about needing some sort of validation from the 3D world when we're not on a 3D journey here. We're on a 5D journey. So you're never going to get that thing that anchors you in the 3D because you're not supposed to be. You're supposed to be conveying a spiritual message and lighting the way for other spiritual beings on this planet. And if a relationship is going to deter you, the sun, moon, and stars are not going to allow that to happen. But then we are in a 3D world, so we're kind of playing the part of earthlings. And so we're experiencing all the ego hurts and all the disappointments, but we have to rise above. We have to know that we are better than any of those afflictions, okay? We have afflicted here. And yes, ignorance is bliss. So if we were to just be like a 3D person and to have like a house and a husband and children and all these things that other people seem to have because they're ignorant on the spiritual journey, we may have already had that in prior lifetimes. That is not our calling, at least at this moment. If you don't have it, that's not what you're supposed to have right now, because you have a bigger mission and you can't go back. You can't go back to another lifetime that you already passed, okay? We've got sucker here, okay? You're feeding into these ideas from the 3D world because you are still convinced you are, what is it? Like you're convinced you're meant to crawl when you're meant to fly, kind of thing, okay? So don't be a sucker. Don't just listen to these unconscious messages of like, I'm not good enough, because some people are like messaging me like, I'm going to be alone forever. That everyone's been messaging me that. And I'm like, okay, first off, you're talking to me. I'm 37. If I judge my life by the 3D, I'm 37 years old. I don't have, I feel like my phone's going to go out again because my nieces just called and they might keep calling. You know, I don't have anything that a normal, like a standard 37-year-old should have. But so you're talking to me first off. So you're not really going to get any kind of like, it's not that you're not going to get sympathy, but I'm not going to get on the pity train with you because that train takes me nowhere. Okay. So the point is we have to take with what we have and realize why it's different for us. It's not just because we're meant to just suffer and just be here. I feel like I'm talking, but when I'm talking, it's not lining up with the video. The point is we have to take the lemons and turn it into lemonade, okay? I didn't even mean to plan that, to say that. I'm just channeling right now. So if we feel like our life in the 3D is not measuring up to our ideals, we have to change our ideals, because we need to get back to childhood and realize also how these things were programmed into us, because some of us are like, I'm just a hopeless romantic. So Venus in Scorpio, which is what I'm a moon in Scorpio, Venus in Scorpio, Pluto and Saturn in Scorpio. Okay, I'm very Scorpio. And plus I have Jupiter, Neptune, and the sun in the 12th house, which is like the most dreamy house. So I always said I'm a hopeless romantic. I grew up listening to music like Richard Marx and just like staring out the window and all I wanted was that love fairy tale. It was coming from a lot of my own family, childhood, longing kind of stuff. But the reality is that did I come into this world thinking that romance was the answer, or that, no, I was, as water signs, I feel you're very impressionable to, you're like a sponge and you absorb whatever messages you're given. And I grew up in the 80s, the most romantic focused era. So I was impressioned on with all these movies and these songs, thinking that's what I'm here for, because I channeled all my energy into that. And I've been forced throughout my life to realize that my gift and my mission is a lot more expansive than these things that I was taught. And so that's the point, is we've got to get out of this like place where we were, like where we were ignorant, because we have learned from there. We're not who we were last week. We're not who we were a year ago. And we can't go back to when we thought romance was the answer, because that's what I was seeking when I met my masculine. And boy, did that journey show me that this was never about romance. This is about reaching my potential and helping other light workers and having a greater impact on this world than just having my romantic partner and the house and the 2 kids and the lawn. Okay, so it's like I'm getting kind of like very weird right now because I'm channeling a lot. So I'm gonna stop. We're gonna do a deeper truth. I surrender to what the universe is trying to do in my life. I know that everything is working out for me, and at the end of the day, I don't really get a decision in my mission, in my path. I am here, and I allow God to use me as a vessel and as a vehicle to help others, to shine the light, to provide guidance, to be of use to the collective and to humanity. And I let go of any of my ego needs and my ego desires and my ego attachments. And I know that I'm here for a greater meaning, and I surrender to this beautiful path and know that everything is working out for me. I am not going to judge my life by other people's accomplishments or 3D levels of success, because their worlds and their journeys have nothing to do with mine. We are all on our own journey, and we can all just focus on what we're here meant to do and surrender to our own divine paths. All right, guys, that's my reading. I hope it resonated. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.